terms of constructing an infographic image, the first idea you might choose to incorporate is the idea of the given being in the left-hand side and the new being in the right-hand side. Because we in the West are all trained to read from left to right and top to bottom, something the audience already knows will generally be in the left-hand side, and something the audience needs to learn or be convinced about will be presented in the right-hand side. Not all texts are framed as left and right, but they might contain small visual clues in these areas to help the audience contextualize the image. Here we can see the heading is centered to the left. The general information, contextual questions to frame an argument are also in the left. And this image is framed from left to right, and the central image here acts as a summative divider of sorts. The actual findings of the research are on the right. As a second rule, the top of an image usually represents more idyllic information. It's more emotive, less concrete than the bottom of an image, which will generally be about the facts, the actual. For example, in advertisements you'll usually see logos at the bottom right-hand side. Here it's the ideally healthy ingredients shown at the top, and the real items, the one which most attracts people to food, the taste items, are shown at the bottom. Infographics of the last few years have a tendency to arrange the margins of an image into long vertical strips, which marks a move away from the traditional square box of the classic textbook image. Multiple panels are usually inserted like a comic book, allowing multiple points of information to be included. Strong framing of a particular element or piece of information will indicate that it's separate from the other units of information. Finally, think about the salience of the image. Salience means striking or notable or important. It's the thing that catches your eye first. In a text with multiple points of information, you need to think about the size, positioning, framing, placement, shadowing, perspective, and balance of each individual item. Some audiences will like a cohesive text with a hierarchical layout, and others will prefer a metaphoric sort of construction. Some will like to follow existing cultural patternry, but you're really in charge of choosing what form you present in. People expect to see some sort of pattern in order to actively deduce meaning and form an expectation from an image. There's lots of image making software tools available for free on your laptop or on the internet. Keynote, Photoshop, Illustrator, Comic Life, even Pages can do the jobs with some application. Probably a combination of a couple will be the answer you'll need for this task.